Hello, my name is Ilyas. My surname is Ilyas, and I'm Yuri.
Hi, my name is Laylang. My name is LL. And my identity is Hong Shivi.
Now I'm working as a cash management and payment executive. On my free days, I always will play games, precision game like FIFA. I also was like please. Nowadays I hook to the good daughter. Quite nice. Quite inspiring. And also I enjoy running.
My CV level is the left side is the cochlear implant, and the right side is the bovine nose. And my teacher is that I cannot see at night, and the teacher is very small.
the greatest challenge is mostly about communication. So since I wear cochlear implant, so people will expect that I can hear everything. And yes, I can hear most of the sounds, but I'm not able to catch up with every words. For example, if people talk in 5 sentences, but I may only understand like 60% or 70%. So I may miss out something important. So how I overcome it, I usually will ask them to repeat again. If not, I will ask them if they can do a visual communication like writing or texting or email or actually or even lip read. Yeah, that's how I overcome it.
Main competition is just talk. Not many actually read the people. Because my sign language is not very good. So what I do is ask people to ask what they talk about or can repeat what they say. So they will repeat that or okay they understand what they talking about. And when they at night when they have heavy competition, I was not able to see at night. So it's very hard to join or understand what they talking about. So will have somebody will feel that you try to join, but you also cannot join the competition. So you will feel hurt by it.
Simple answer is must. So I depend on Yuri and lip read because if people thought I may hear, I may understand only maybe 60%, but together with Yuri and lip read, I may able to understand better. So nowadays people very much they communicate with me to talking, then I very good for me to catch up. Although they are organizations provide transparent mask, but not everyone use it. So that's difficult for me communication. Be in outside or even at the food store. Even I work at time already like food. So we will use more on visual communication. Number 5, I want take food.
have many challenges. So the first is that a lot of people wearing masks, so very hard to understand what they talking about. So very common is only the food. So when you order the food, you also to understand, and they cannot put down when I pick up the food. So you have what you can do is find the food. Then this one this then okay. Then second one is work. So when the work also everybody have to wear mask. So also very hard to understand what they talking about. And then third one is now almost everybody is working from home. So they will have many Zoom meeting. So when they Zoom meeting, then sure that people will talk very fast and the sound not very clear. So very hard to understand what they talking. My then I have hard to be verbal. So every time when she talks, she will go down. Then when she did talk, they will go down. That is how I'm able to understand the conversation. When the Zoom meeting, so she will on the live translation so that I can understand from me, or I will ask her slow down or maybe what she said, then she will slow down what she talking about.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Momo. Party. Yeah. Bye.